Honestly, I just want to play 5 so we can revisit Wesker as a character. I've been thinking about that a little bit lately. But right now we're working on Resident Evil 4 HD project. We're going to get back into it. We started this game up yesterday, and we've made a little bit of progress. I'm sort of hopeful that we can get to the castle today. That's going to be my goal. We'll see if we can do it. But let's get on into it and see if we can get this done. Alright. So last time we left off, I think we had just beaten the lake monster. And we had just gotten out of the boat. Little cutscene, Leon fell asleep. He went unconscious or something. I don't remember the specific details of what happened. He just stumbled into a house and then fell over. But in any case, we're back at it. It is nighttime now. I think they said he was out for 6 hours or something like that. Maybe it's not nighttime. Maybe it's just raining. I've been getting a lot of rain around my area lately. It's been nice, especially since it's been so goddamn hot this summer. Or this past summer, I guess I should say. We're technically in fall. But nice to finally get some cooler weather. Alright. What happened to his jacket, actually? Did they take that? I think they took that off of him when he got captured with Lewis. What a shame. Could be kind of helpful right now. I was actually thinking of starting up that clear game save. See if I could match my progress up to this point, but wasn't able to do it. Thank you for the lurk, Magnus. Appreciate it. Waterfall. Okay. Cascada. Good to know. I don't know if that's one we could actually walk into or what. There is, I believe that's the merchant over that way. I don't think there's anything else in the water that's gonna be giving us any issues. Can I really not? Are the fish blocking me? I think the fish were blocking me. Great. They were pretty damn big. I guess they're powerful fish. We read a note from one of the... I don't know if it was the Big Cheese or who it was, but we read a note that they're unleashing El Gigante, which we heard the noises of a little bit earlier in the level, but we haven't actually seen it yet, so I think we're going to be getting into that pretty soon here. Let's see what's in the shop, though.
Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
Oh.
What are you selling?
It wasn't working for some reason. Let me see if there's anything I could sell. Detailed engraving on this pipe.
Thank you.
And we got a gold bangle with pearls. Fantastic workmanship of this accessory makes it a valuable item.
Thank you.
Great. Still working on getting these filled out. I don't think we're going to be finishing that up for a little while.
What are you buying?
And I don't think there's anything that I necessarily want to buy.
What are you buying?
But we might be able to do an upgrade or two. Shotgun would probably be nice if I could up the firepower.
Is that all? Thank you. Is that all?
Maybe the capacity too. It's so cheap. Might as well. Punisher. Anything we want? Firing speed and reload speed. Not exactly worried about that right now. Rifle firepower might be nice.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna save some of my money just in case something crops up a little bit later. Was this the... There was a... Oh, look, he's got the Tommy guns in here. I think those are the Tommy guns. Nah, maybe not. It doesn't have the drum barrel. It's got a lot of shit in here. There was a shop that he had where you could access, behind him and get a treasure or something. It's got ammo back there that looks like it could be picked up. I don't know what that's about. But I don't specifically remember how to do that. Also, I need to turn my mouse sensitivity down. Yeah, it's kind of flipping out on me whenever I make a turn. Oh, here it is. Okay. So it is this one. Or at the very least, I could get back here and smash those barrels. Ooh, green gem. I think that goes with the mask. Do we talk to him? Oh, we can still talk to him. I figured he'd say something. A lot of times when you interact with shopkeepers from angles that they're not used to, they tend to get mad at you. Just help myself to a little inventory here. I guess that's it. It's a little tight, don't you think? What does that say? Offerta. Smith & Wesson, Springfield, Massachusetts. Superior. Potente. Consciente. Perfecto. Comodo. I don't know what that other one says. It's like confiable. Something like that. I don't know. That's pretty neat. I bet you that wasn't legible in the original version. Now, in this particular case, I don't know if that's just some shit that they're making up for the HD project, or if they actually zoomed in or had an advertisement that they legitimately used in the game that they were able to resurface or something. Still, it's nice to see. I always like reading the weird little oddities. Let me see here. What do we got in terms of like health items? I guess we're doing okay. Got a lot of ammo. Oh shit, I should have sold that TMP ammo. I'll see if I can make it to the next shop. Might be a little bit of an issue though. First revelation here that the Las Plagas, which I don't think they've brought up yet. Oh shit. Guess I need to be a little bit more cautious with these guys. Nice looking. It does look nice. And the rain looks pretty good. It's nice and subtle. So far, I've been impressed with the visuals in this game, as far as what they've done with the textures. I was trying to get a little bit of background on the HD project to see what specifically they did, but there wasn't really any particular notes about what went into the project. Now, I could go back through their backlog on basically their blog, and we can take a look at you know, specific details that they've done and change logs and all that kind of stuff. But I was kind of more looking for a rundown talking about specifically what they did. I guess they did a little bit of modification with some of the models. Maybe just certain stuff didn't look right when you cleaned it up with these high resolution textures. But yeah, apparently there was some sort of work done with the models. Probably relatively minor, I would assume. Lots of texture work. Even a little bit of some changes to the UI to make it, I guess, fit with the... Because, you know, this game originally, I believe, would have been presented in 4:3 aspect ratio. And I think a lot of the UI just kept the 4:3 aspect ratio size, despite being formatted into a 16:9 widescreen format. So, they did a little bit of reworking with that. They did some audio engineering, changing up a little bit of the audio. So there was pretty good amount of stuff that went into it. They had a timetable on their website. These guys have been working, and I was right, I think. It was two people. I don't know if they had anybody else that did any supplementary work, but mainly it's just 2 people on this project. They've been working on this thing for 7 years. So, a lot of effort. And the total calculated costs, I guess, for travel expenses and just man hours and everything was written at about 15 grand. Which they got a Patreon and stuff, so people have been paying the money. So good for them. But yeah, a lot of work went into this thing. I would love to see a fairly concise rundown of some of the specifics, but I don't know. Maybe I need to do a little bit more digging or something. I'm not too sure. But in any case, it's a pretty cool little project. This little dam type thing rigged up here. We have to stop that, get past the waterfall. There was some kind of note that was talking about something about a waterfall. I don't remember specifically what it was, but I think it was that same one that was giving the rundown on the El Gigante and all that. Thinking about it, I don't know if that treasure is going to last. I don't know how it operates. Because the drops, they disappear. You'd think treasure wouldn't, but I'm going to go run over here regardless. Nothing major, but good to have. It's hard to get kind of a read on the laser sight here. Something's a little bit too far out to see about shooting that box down. I don't know if we could just shoot the box, though. Change my mind. I think as soon as we pull that lever, something drastic's gonna happen. I'll just look down here real quick. There is a box, and that appears to be it. Just a box. I gotta get that sound file. I'm sure I have it because I have all the Metal Gear Solid sounds. But we bring it up so much, might as well have it on the soundboard. Alrighty. The gates of hell are about to open here. There we go. Thinking about tossing a grenade. I don't know how well that's gonna go over. Oh shit. Damn it, that didn't work at all. It went in the water. Oh, bastard was gonna try and light me on fire. See if I get this guy while he's jumping. Ah, just pushed him back on the barrel, damn it. Don't want to waste the ammunition. You're not going to get me from here. Oh, jam. I didn't think he'd be able to hit you as he was jumping. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. Not that bad. If I could get him to group up and I can actually throw a grenade onto one of these boxes or something, that would not be a bad strategy. It's just a matter of actually getting that done. Because they were all piled up on there. I guess I could just use the shotgun too. Plenty of handgun ammo, so I guess I'm not too worried about it. Of course. We have to have one with the Las Plagas. Here, I don't think I got any other use for these. I don't remember if and how that gets revealed to you. Maybe there's something in a note or something like that. But yeah, the intense brightness of a flashbang grenade, it instantly kills the Las Plagas. I think only on those types, though. There's a couple more that we might end up seeing at some point, but I don't know if it's as effective with those. I'm sure that carries over into the other games, though. At least the ones that use the Las Plagas enemy variety. Alright, anything else here I'm missing? There was a... did I already get that gemstone? I think I did. There's one embedded in one of these things up here. Oh, speaking of which... we didn't look at this. That goes to the mask. So now we got one gemstone in each of the buildable treasures. Weird little crevice thing there. I forgot we have an actual key for the map. Hey, so I guess if the treasure thing is X'd out, that means I got the treasure. I'm gonna assume that's what that means. Though I could have sworn that I got into an area for the first time, and like a lot of the treasure spots were X'd out, so it wouldn't make any sense in that case. I don't know though. Anyway, we got the round insignia. This is what we need to get into the church, I'm pretty sure. I've acquired the insignia.
An object that resembles a cult group's insignia.
Wonderful, Leon. Head back to the church. Ashley's safety is our immediate priority.
Once again, these little radio frequency things ripped straight from the codec calls, although not nearly as long or detailed. You know that in Metal Gear Solid, they had one specific writer that did all the codec calls. I forget his name, but there was one guy that wrote all that shit, and it wasn't even just like the general game script writer. But he was not a part of Guns of the Patriots, which is why Guns of the Patriots and every... I think he just... I don't know if he died. Maybe he died. Or he just was not part of Konami anymore. I'm not too sure what happened, but from Guns of the Patriots onward, he was not writing for those games. For whatever reason that may be. And as such, they just stopped doing the codec calls. I guess they decided nobody else could fill his shoes. Still a damn shame, though, because the quote-unquote codec in 4 and then the radio calls and tapes and stuff, not nearly as interesting. That was in Phantom Pain and all that. Peace Walker. I guess that's what they started. That was like the new precedent that was set. They just started having a bunch of tapes that you could listen to on the go, which it's not really as fun, is it? Got a lot of green herbs. Sorry, buddy, you wanted to play too? Damn. It's not a good spot.
¡Detrás de ti, imbécil!
Once again, effort to conserve ammo. Usually try to shoot them in the knees, get them down where you can execute some kind of melee attack on them. Or if you get them completely prone, you can just start knifing them. That works too. Even on professional mode, the villagers, they still go down pretty easy to the knife. Like 3 or 4 strokes if you get them down to that point, so not too bad. It's still a viable strategy. But now we're dealing with this. This isn't nearly as fun. They don't seem to go down as easy either. I think the idea is probably just to start shooting them in the head. But very dangerous, as we saw. They do a lot of damage. What is with that? That is weird. Sometimes I'll go into aiming mode and Leon just, like, aims straight up in the air. I don't even know if this is the way we need to go. What was the opposite way I could have gone? If I'm facing back up that way. Oh yeah, that's like the church area. So where the hell am I going? I'm going back to the lake? I didn't need to fight these guys at all. I didn't even need to go through those doors, actually. We just need to go back through here. It's weird. I mean, I guess, you know, enemy respawn or whatever, but it's kind of weird that they got it all laid out. Usually what happens in those cases is when you have enemies that go back, it means that you need to go back and check through that place again. But this is the big deal here. This is what we need to do.
¡Rápido! 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 ¡Usa los músculos!
Big boss time? Oh, the biggest. I don't call him El Gigante for nothing.
¡Ay! ¡Se vuelve loco! ¡Mierda!
The Big. We just call him The Big. Like if he smashes these houses, there's a lot of stuff that gets dropped too. Here, I don't need to have this many flashbangs right now. Let me see if something like this works. Yeah, that works well enough. Hey, it's that dog!
Hey, it's that dog.
I don't know why that line cracks me up so much. Oh shit. There we go. I actually don't know if flashbangs work on this thing. Let's give it a try though. Actually, hold up. I'm gonna reload this. Since it's a pain in the ass to reload otherwise. Oh man, I ran out of handgun ammunition pretty fast. Don't do that. Shit. That was a very, very fast prompt. Kick yourself back up, Leon. Got a lot of work to do here. Oh, good. If I can climb this thing. Wait, what the hell was that? I think I missed something. I don't know what happened there. I'll consume these eggs real quick. Oh, Jesus. I just feel like it's selling me short on that. Okay, I guess the battle's over. I was ready for a QTE there. Did you drop 1,500? Thank you. I thought this thing disintegrated. Maybe that was a new perk of the HD project. Okay, I think we've gotten everything. Oh wait, no. Yellow herb too. Thank God I checked. Okay. Now I think we're done. back to the church. Surprised I burned through all that handgun ammo. I should have been trying to conserve it a little bit better. Two boxes and nothing in them. Now, I've already cleared these before, so maybe it's all fair, but still. I'm going to put boxes back up, at least one of them. Give me something. Oh, shit. Freak me out. Said it 1,000 times, I hate dog enemies in video games. Huge pain in the ass. I don't know that we're going to be fighting a ton of enemies in this next area. Obviously there's going to be something, but the merchant is not too far from here, so I might as well just pay him a quick visit, see if I can get a couple things. Sell some of this TMP ammo that I'm not going to use.
Welcome.
Always right where I need you.
Got some rare things on sale, stranger. What are you buying?
Just updated. Oh, now we get the red 9. Alright. Well, shoot. I kind of want that.
What are you buying?
I don't remember if there's
What are
any
you
advantages to
selling?
having the Punisher over it. I guess the Punisher still has the piercing ammunition where you could shoot through multiple enemies, but
Is that all, stranger?
yeah, I'm not too
Thank
sure.
you.
We put a little bit of money into the Punisher, but I think it all cashes out the same. You should get your money back from whatever upgrades that you used. So,
Is that all? Thank you.
old ring, almost feel the history behind this jewelry. Just hope there's some value to it.
I'll buy it at a high price.
I think he's gonna buy it at a high price.
Thank you.
Oh, alright. Shoot. I just don't remember if it's worth having the red 9 and another handgun at the same time. I don't think it is.
Thank you. What are you buying?
So I'm just gonna
A choice of an avid gun collector.
forgo that.
It's a nice gun, stranger.
Unique line. What's also nice about it is that it's got the stock, which I'm sort of excited about. I've got room for a whole lot.
Thank you. Is that all?
Oh, guess I can't combine them just here.
Thank you. What are you buying?
Okay,
Thank you.
get that firepower up, get that capacity
Thank
up. Guess I'll do the just do the whole suite
Thank
here.
you. Come back anytime.
Thanks, dude. Eh? Oh, okay. Normally they kind of attach themselves or something, but maybe they felt that'd be unfair or use up an odd amount of space. I don't know if it was put together, but same damn thing. I'm not too sure. Well, whatever. I guess it doesn't matter. Alright. About time we get to this church here, so let's head on in. It won't open. There's a round hole. Maybe something fits in here. Yes, the thing that we worked so hard to get. You use the round insignia. Yes. There's a light puzzle coming up. Still think it's probably easier than the clock one. Not that the clock one was that hard, but... I hate the thing where you have a certain amount of spaces that you can move, and you have to, like, rotate this in clockwise manner or counterclockwise manner. I remember there was one in Resident Evil 3, the original Nemesis version, and I remember not having fun with that, but I've only ever played that game once, and it was a long time ago, so maybe it's not quite as bad as I remember it being. This insignia is everywhere. I wonder if it's a religion from this region. Maybe. We kind of are dealing with some cultish type things. I should check, actually. Any treasures in here? Because it's not listing anything. There's a couple barrels. You know what? One thing I wanted to do... Do we not have any sound options? I know that's video settings, but I figure if I didn't see anything else, that'd probably be in there. I guess we don't. Ashley's got to be here somewhere. There's got to be a way to open this. I wanted to see if I could turn the music down, actually, because it was pretty damn blaring. I noticed during the last stream. I turned the overall volume down, but I don't know if it's still loud. If it's loud and it's drowning me out at any point, let me know, please. It'd be greatly appreciated. I do not want to be drowned out by the game. I want you guys to be able to hear the game. I want you to be able to hear the dialogue clearly and everything without needing to turn up the volume at any point, but if it's drowning me out, that's a problem too, so I need to know. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this one's too bad. There you go. Just looking at some of the details here. Those flags look really neat. I'm sure that looked like crap in the original. Look at that doorknob, too. All the etching on that.
Ashley.
Don't come!
Hey, take it
Not
easy.
yet.
No! Get away!
Calm down. Everything's going to be just fine. My name's Leon. I'm under the President's order to rescue you.
What? My father?
That's right. And I have to get you out of here. Now come with me. It's Leon.
Yes, I
I've
believe we all have
succeeded
the same thing in
extricating
mind.
my subject.
Good work, Leon. I'll send a chopper over right away.
Where's the extraction point?
There's another trail that you can take to get out of the village. The chopper will pick you up beyond there.
Got it. I'm on my way.
Playing Manual 3. Control configuration changes are not reflected here. Yeah. Commands. Leon can press Z to make Ashley either wait or follow. Ashley and the action button depending on the situation. Leon and Ashley can cooperate to get past various obstacles. We saw that one door where he made a comment. He's like, if I had somebody else with me, I might be able to get over this. So we need to get back to the village that way. Ashley's health. You can use recovery items not only on Leon, but on Ashley as well. Ashley and game over. Leon has failed the mission if Ashley is either killed or carried away by the enemy. Shoot to the enemy. Shoot to the enemy. Okay. I will definitely shoot to them. Shoot some bullets to them. soon as we exit the church, I think there's going to be a big party waiting for us, so should be interesting.
Oh, you pervert!
We haven't seen anything yet. Oh, now we can see it. She doesn't mind now. Actually, I do have a weapon with a scope.
Hey, what are you looking at? Oh, you pervert!
How much you want to bet that she's gonna be wearing a tank top and jeans in the remake?
Hey, what are you looking at?
Negating any sort of tomfoolery.
I'll take
Whoa,
the
something
girl.
weird's going on with that chandelier.
If you must know, my name is Osmond Sadler, the master of this fine religious community.
What do you want?
To demonstrate to the whole world our astounding power, of course. No longer will the United States think they can police the world forever.
What? USA can do whatever it wants.
We kidnapped the president's daughter in order to give her our power and then send her back.
No. Leon, I think they shot something in my neck.
What did you do to her?
We just planted her a little gift. Oh, there's going to be one hell of a party when she returns home to her loving father. But before that, I thought I might bargain with the president for some donation. Believe it or not, it takes quite a lot of money to keep this church up and running.
Faith and money will lead you nowhere, Sadler.
Oh, I believe I forgot to tell you that we gave you the same gift.
When I was unconscious.
Oh, I truly hope you like our small but special contributions. When the eggs hatch, you will become my puppets. Involuntarily, you'll do as I say. I'll have total control over your minds. Don't you think this is a revolutionary way to promulgate one's faith?
Sounds more like
Wait,
an
he said-
alien
he said
invasion if
promulgate.
you ask me.
Leon always thinking of the movies.
You okay?
Leon, what's gonna happen to us?
Don't worry.
The eggs are gonna hatch, and we're gonna turn into
Get out.
mindless zombies. If we're lucky, our heads might explode and we get whip tentacles swinging out of them. Alrighty, we died a couple times, but that's alright, I guess. Only killed 20 during that chapter. It felt like we were shooting a ton of people, but I guess part of that was redoing some of it, so. Whatever. Sadler's an interesting villain. I kind of like him. He's a little bit more memorable than some of the other Resident Evil villains outside of, like Wesker. But, shit, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know why I did that. I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, he's got all that constant sarcastic tone in his voice. Almost sort of reminds me of Palpatine, just a tad.
Leon, shoot those barrels on that wagon.
Trying to see if I can group up everybody, but didn't end up working out. Oh shit. Oh shit. Huh, not bad. I think the Red 9 is fairly powerful, so we'll probably see some of its effects being a little bit greater than the Punisher. But yeah, there's that slight downside where it can't shoot through enemies, which was handy in some situations, especially when you had a bunch of enemies grouping up on you. When we're super close like this, we can...
Wait.
Oh, there you go. That's what it was. I remember, like, when she's, like, right backed up against you and you use the knife, you can look up her skirt fairly easily. Now, I'm doing this for, you know, we have to investigate for the purpose of the HD project release. We need to see just how detailed they are. I do remember them being a little bit lacy. So, it's good to know these things. It's not moving. There's a little bit of lace in there. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go, if you were curious. I don't know about the front, though. I don't know,
Follow me.
I don't know if we could do that.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, she, like, beats those doors down. Damn it, stop looking at me. Go look at something else. It's a little bit too close. What are you ducking for? Alright, whatever.
Follow me.
Welcome. Got some rare things on sale.
List
What are you
updated already.
buying?
Oh, that's just for the Red 9 again? That doesn't clear after
What
you get
are you
it?
buying?
Okay, I don't remember what even the next shotgun is that we get, or
Is that
where
all?
we get it.
Thank you.
It might not be until the castle. I remember there's a number of guns that you don't acquire until then. But I'm just slightly
Thank
hesitant
you.
about purchasing upgrades for
Thank
any of this
you.
stuff.
Come back anytime.
I mean, I guess if I'm going off what I said earlier too, probably should be able to anticipate selling those things if need be and getting all my money back. I don't think they shortchange you when you sell the weapons with upgrades. But just in case I'm wrong, I always get that nagging feeling. Alright, let's see what happens out here. That's what I thought. Always cautious now about shooting him in the head ever since they do the reveal on the Las Plagas. Because sometimes if you just rupture that head, that's just an automatic Las Plagas reveal. I don't know if there are specific enemies, like there are just like set enemies in place that are able to just turn into that, or if it's just a random chance type deal. I've never done the investigation, but in any case, it's annoying, and it just makes them harder to kill, which means you're going to be wasting more bullets on it. And the even bigger problem is you cannot go up to them and knife them, because a Plagas whip is just going to kill you. Once again, we injected another one. Alright, I guess he suffered enough damage, though. Don't think it's worth going back to the entrance. I don't know that. I mean, we've seen that some boxes have respawned, but I don't think we need to go that far back. It's probably nothing for us. Still want to look around here, though.
I
Where are you going, Leon? Where are you going,
Is she still up there?
Leon?
Oh, that's what that prompt was. It's like I saw a prompt, but I didn't have time to investigate what it was. Yeah, sorry. You'll be alright. Probably safer up there than you are down here.
Where are you going, Leon?
Calm yourself. Seeing if I could farm these guys for items. Wait a second. It's so misty and foggy, I whipped the camera around. I thought I saw someone trying to get me. Seems to be food has started to rot, but no one has bothered to throw it away. That's because all they eat is brains now. Shovels nailed to the wall, nothing out of the ordinary here. Once again, that's pretty damn strange. Maybe if you live in like an area that gets a lot of earthquakes or something like that, but I have never, ever felt the need to nail a piece of furniture to the wall. What's up, Akiri? I have been very busy with work. I have not been able to stick around with your streams very much, but did you and Vale finish up Resident Evil 6? Or are you guys still working on that? We were talking last time I was streaming this game about the virtues of some of the Resident Evil sequels and, you know, what carried over from 4 into those games, what was good, what was bad. Pretty much no one had anything good to say about Resident Evil 6, but we did all agree that it's better as a co-op game. Not yet, okay. I still have time to catch some of that. Okay, let me look around through here. I've been really feeling like doing 5. I think this might be the year I do it. I don't know. I'm just super in the mood for that. Wait. Do we have to oh my god. Well, there's a camera cut, but I guess she jumped down like 20 feet into his arms. Leon's surprisingly powerful. He can withstand all that without it crumbling under the weight. Oh shit. I completely forgot about these things. God damn it. Oh boy. See if he like steps into this thing. Oh, he walks right over it. Bastard. As we saw before, if we get up close enough to these things, we could just knife them. Problem is just getting close enough where you don't actually step into the goddamn thing. At some point, I think I'm going to have to do Resident Evil 6 on stream, though, start to finish, just as a historical record. Because I do want to stream every single Resident Evil mainline anyway. I don't really give a crap about the spin-off. Oh my god, I didn't even see that one. I don't give a crap about the spin-off games outside of Code Veronica. I think I'd like to do that one at some point too, but I gotta be in the mood for it, because that game's a little bit long, and it can be a little bit tedious. Especially since you basically have to play over the same area twice. It's kind of like, man, Capcom does that a lot. It's kind of like the Devil May Cry games. But yeah, I still need to go back through and I need to stream the original Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. I need to do a Claire or Leon B run with Resident Evil 2, the original, again. I would kind of like to do a restream of the first remake of the original Resident Evil game. It would be nice. Especially since I learned that the HD edition that they bundle with Resident Evil 0 got kind of a shoddy treatment. Sort of similar to the Resident Evil 4 HD, but there's like some bad texture transfers. It doesn't really look all that great. So I'd like to play the GameCube version, or the Wii version, I think it's comparable too, and just hook that up to the Wii, get the retro tink in there, make it look real crisp. I think it'll work out. Oh shit, that is not a position that she's meleeable from. That could be a little bit rough, yeah, but I think they're all pretty good games. How good they're both dead. See her checking behind herself. Where the hell am I shooting? I'd like to restream 7 at some point, just as I've mentioned a few times before. When I originally streamed 7, it was the PS4 version, and it was on my old capture card, which at the time I didn't think could do over like 2,000 kilobytes per second in terms of stream quality. So it just looked like shit. It just really didn't look that great on the recording or the stream, which I've always kind of been unhappy about, so I've sort of wanted to go back and redo that one. Later, dipshit. Oh, shit. Should have been calling her names. Hey, hit them! They can't get up here, can they? I don't think. Oh no, there's a ladder up there. Shit. Oh no. This is not the. This is the regular. Oh, there it goes. It was like the regular whip one without the scythe blade attached to it, but then she developed the scythe, so it made itself worse. Everybody is doing Las Plagas right now. They're going Las Plagas crazy. How much ammo I got right now? Oh, we built our handgun ammunition ammo back up, so that's good. I wonder if there's anything I need down here. Doesn't look like it, so we gotta work our way back up. Oh well. Oh, there's a cabinet down there. Hold up. Sorry, it is professional mode. I have to make sure I look through everything. I mean, even if I wasn't playing professional mode, I probably would, sift through every single cabinet, every single box, every single barrel. Just because that's how I usually play these games.
Wait.
Stay up there. I'll see if I can get rid of these bear traps without wasting any ammunition. She can get caught in them, I'm pretty sure. I'm clearing the way, goddamn. It's like somebody's gonna up and take you. Oh, look. Skirt's blowing in the breeze. Perfect opportunity. I still can't see it. I need to see what the fronts look like, I'm sorry. Still can't quite make it out.
Hey, what are you looking at?
Oh, don't be such a prude. Oh yeah, look, there's a texture up there. Look at that. I congratulate the team at Resident Evil 4 HD Project for their attention to detail. I do not remember that being that detailed there. In fact, I thought it was probably just grayed out because it needed to be, I don't know, darkened to give the impression of shading. But nice work on the detail, I guess. Alright, now we can cross over. The troll toll has been paid. Let's bar from the other side, a little help. I know.
Follow me.
Piggyback.
I opened it, Leon.
Thanks, Ashley. Alright, what do we got? Nothing? Oh, we got the merchant here. Oh, I remember this.
Welcome.
I know where we are
What a
now.
selection of good things on set. What are you selling?
Ain't gonna be fun.
Is that all, stranger? Thank you.
That might be fun. Maybe I'm a little
Is
early on that
all,
assessment.
stranger? Thank you.
Okay,
What are you buying?
so... out of stock on the first aid spray. Do I already have one? Or does he just not want to give one to me?
What are you buying?
If there's any spot where the TMP is useful, I think it's probably in this upcoming segment, but I'm still not going to buy it.
What are you buying?
Does he sell ammunition? I guess he doesn't.
Come back anytime.
It's kind of weird. He might sell it at the actual shops. Maybe not when he's just out in the open like this. Actually, to be quite honest, I probably should have my grenades and stuff up top. Oh, it doesn't really matter, I suppose, but just for expediency. God, I wish I could move this shit faster. I want to figure out how to rotate it, too. That's kind of what's bugging me. Oh, these things can be moved independently. That's interesting. Anyway, it's usually a good idea to have these up top, I suppose. This and any other sort of consumable that you might have just for easy access, so you could just immediately get it. It's not like there's a timer or anything, or the clock's still running when you open the menu, like in Resident Evil 5. But, I don't know. Just for my own organizational sake. I guess I'd just prefer it be done this way. Okay. Oh, does he have a typewriter near him? Guess not.
Leon, I have some bad news.
I'd rather not hear it.
Well, I'm afraid I have to tell you anyway. We've lost contact with the chopper. Someone must have shot it down, though we can't determine who.
Great.
We're prepping another chopper.
I think I could hazard a guess.
Meanwhile, I want you to head towards the extraction point.
Got it.
Oh, already.
What are we gonna do, Leon?
Hate to say it, but we're sandwiched all right. Quick, in that cabin!
Leon! Small world, eh? Well, I see that the president's equipped his daughter with ballistics, too.
How rude! And I don't believe there's any
Classic
relevance with
line.
my figure and my standing. Who are you?
Oh, excuse me, Your Highness. Perhaps the young lady might want to introduce herself first before asking someone his name.
Her name's Ashley Graham, the president's daughter.
Is she... well, you know.
Don't worry. She's cool.
Never mind.
She's cool.
There's
We got this,
supposed to be
guys.
some kind of obvious symptom before you turn into one of them anyway.
Look,
Ashley, upstairs.
Okay, it's game time.
I'm already playing the game. Let's start moving some furniture around, shall we? Okay. Oh, I already had a red and green combination set up and everything. What's up, Squall? Welcome back. You wish you could just let the zombies eat her. She's voiced by the Carolyn Lawrence girl. Most people probably know as Sandy Cheeks, I think, from SpongeBob. But yeah, she's got a habit of doing like snooty girls. She's very good at it. Just the voice and demeanor of Ashley is so grating. She's got big ears too. I'm a little disappointed that in what we've seen from the screenshots or the whatever's gonna happen with the remake, she doesn't quite have as extensive an ear situation going on. This music was really loud last time, so I'm knocking down the volume a little bit. I would love to try to tone down the music in this game, because I'd like the sound effects and everything to just keep back up, but, you know, not always an option.
Use this.
Use what? Oh. I guess I can't use that one.
I owe you one, Leon.
Oh, shit. I'm playing too much Resident Evil 6. I keep mistaking them holding their knees or whatever as being a meleeable stance. Do not want to deal with that right now. Use that one green herb. Alright, sorry, things are a little intense. Hope all is well. Would have been here earlier, but Survivor. I got you, no worries. First time you've heard someone say you played too much Resident Evil 6. Unfortunately, I have. I will say the Mercenaries mode is pretty good. So I've probably put most of my time playing that game was probably put into the Mercenaries mode, which I think is probably the best format for that type of game. It's quick and intense, and the waves of enemies. It might be the funnest Mercenaries mode in all of the Resident Evils. Yeah, we probably should get out of here. Shit. Yeah, that was bad timing on my part. Oh no! Well, I figured it would happen, but since we got to the upstairs, I was a little bit hopeful. I really wanted to kick the guy, because if we would have been able to kick him, he would have crashed into all those other people, and they potentially could have gotten knocked down, but oh well. Oh Oh shit, now my organization's all messed up. Yeah, whatever. Scooch over, Lewis. Okay. So. Get those two out of the way. I'm just going to do just a little bit of organization. Not much. Guys are knocking hard. They really want to get in. Move that one over first. So I'm guessing that's probably going to be the one that's going to break the earliest, but we shall see. That one looks like it's about to tip over. Seems to be taking them a lot longer this time around. Gee, Leland, or Lewis, what am I talking about? He's firing in the complete opposite direction. These guys are still getting hit. I think this is probably the time to be worried about ammo conservation.
I owe you one, Leon.
It's creepy, like, out in the distance. There's not, like, an outdoors rendered.
I owe you one, Leon.
So there's just, like, fools wandering out in the dark. Didn't even see him.
Leon, upstairs.
Bad idea. Shit.
Use this.
No, you don't. Something that happens in a lot of games, but where people try to ascend ladders, you just gotta push them down, push them off, and push them down. Just get a modicum of entertainment out of that.
Use this.
Oh, no, you don't. You should have said that you got him. Oh, shit. Wait, I need to reload too.
Man, this never ends.
Just gonna grab what I can. A lot of pickups. I don't know that you can access them after this sequence finishes either. See ya. We'll just turn around and there's a guy just standing there already. I don't know if they come through the window or if it's somebody that snuck in from the stairwell. I also don't know what the like prerequisite is to finish this sequence. I don't know if there's like X amount of enemies that we need to kill or if it's like a timer-based thing. Oh. Vámonos, muchachos. Let's get out of here.
They're backing off.
So, what do we do now?
The bridge I crossed to get here's out. So I guess we have no choice but to keep moving.
I forgot something. You guys go on ahead.
Louis.
So nonchalant. Okay, then. Well, that got a little frantic, so accuracy wasn't what it used to be, but we did make up for it by killing a lot of enemies. Okay, let me look up here real quick, because I feel like there was some enemies that dropped something, but again, and it's looking like it might be a case where all that stuff disappears as soon as the sequence is over, so that's why it's good to get it while you're trying to move through. Somebody dropped some, like, shotgun ammo. I would have liked to have gotten that, but that's gone. Two routes. Just a while ago, I was informed by Lord Sadler that our men had shot down a United States military helicopter. There shouldn't be any more outside interference for a while now. Unless the United States government determines who the traitor is, they can only initiate very small covert operations. We must use this time to our advantage and recapture the girl. The two Americans can only get out of our territory by using one of two routes. This is where we will stop them. We shall make use of our forces to the greatest degree. We will deploy a large number of Ganados in one of the routes to ensure that they do not slip by us. For the other route, we shall leave the task to El Gigante. Whichever route they take, the agent will never leave here alive. Not with the girl, at least. Okay, so if we take the left path, it's Los Ganados. If we take the right path, it is El Gigante. Gonna be having a match. Hell in a Cell. With El Gigante. I think I'm gonna do the Ganados. The Ganados is a pain in the ass. I always feel like the Ganados path is worse. Just because of the sheer amount of enemies, and I think we fight some chainsaw-wielding people, and not just one. I think there's a couple of them. So, it's not good. The only saving grace with that one is that there's some dumpsters that Ashley can get into. So, she can sort of remain safe for a little while you sort of clear out the areas.
Welcome.
El Gigante is easier, but what I might end up doing is I might just end up going through both, just because there's treasure that you can get from both routes. So, it might be within my best interests. But, we'll see.
Is that all, stranger? Thank you. Is that all? Thank you. What are you buying? What are you buying? Thank you. What are you buying?
You know what, we did get quite a bit of money from that last little excursion there. I might as well just spend some of it.
Thank you.
And we're fully upgraded
Come back anytime.
as far as what we've got on hand and what we can actually upgrade. Okay, so wait a second. Could this be the mechanism to open the gates? Which gate will you open? Left. see if we can get it done. There's a lot of long corridors, I think, in this area too, so it's a good spot to use the rifle, from what I recall as well. Maybe not like right this second, but good time to reload. Somebody. How far that thing goes out? I hate it when you shoot them sometimes and they get closer. Like we're always hoping that they stagger. Ooh, she almost made it to the door too. I think that's dangerous. Like once they... Oh, did I hit her? Oh shit. I didn't know you could do that. Oops. Like, shooting her is one thing, but I didn't know that you could knife her. Oh, shit. Pull it past her head and hit those barrels. I mean, I guess that's better than trying to take him off individually. I was kind of hoping that the barrels would have some sort of treasure or something, but... well. Why don't you hide in there? I've seen that there's issues when you're just kind of out and about. Lady, you sound like a cat. Shit. I'm making up my mind what sort of weapon I want to use. Don't get any closer than that. Pick yourself up out of the trash, come on. Okay. I think we're in some good business now. See if we get through the rest of this without any super hardships and complications. A lot of grenades. I'm gonna end up using them pretty soon here, I think. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that we have to take on some chainsaw-wielding people, so that's going to be the roughest bit.
Hi.
One too many. Try to clear up the top level here. I don't think it'll be a good idea to bring Ashley out just yet. She should be safe in the dumpster there. I'm gonna jump down and I'm gonna see what happens. But I'm probably gonna get out of the shotgun. Ah, there it is. Oh, and there's number 2. Oh, and the regular ones are here too. Good, good. Oh, shit. Oh, I got decapitated. God damn it. That's alright. We have time to plan this out. Did they drop in from behind me? Yes, they did. Okay. Alright, the shotgun is good for the twins that wield the chainsaws, but God, it's those additional people that sort of screwed me up, so I don't know. I'm just gonna see if I have to blast them both. And the thing is, I think I was relatively high up on health, so you know, if they could decapitate you kind of quick there, it might just be worth my while to take any hits I can from the lesser villagers. Oh shit. Where the hell did you come from? There's an alternative route here. The thing is, I think we need to fight them, though, because one of them has a key or something. I saw it when the cutscene started. You see something, like, glistening around her neck. So, I think it's going to be a necessity. Oh, shit. I'm stuck, I'm stuck. Pressing the F1 key without looking at it and ended up, or I was trying to hit the escape key, but I ended up pressing the F1 key. Going all out. They knock back pretty easy, though, so that's the saving grace with these two. Whoa. Did I knock somebody's axe off with the knife? I think I did. I wasn't even aiming for it. I was trying to scrape up somebody's feet with a knife. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, it gets a little dicey, but I guess if you just, like, go all out, it's not nearly as bad. Get a good look at these two. In all of their HD glory. What the hell's with that? It looks like she's got two pair of eyes up on her forehead there. Gurgling up something. Oh, I think it was just how the hair texture was laid out. Awful lot of detail on that hair. Look how nappy it looks. It's all scraggled up. Bunch of split ends. Don't know if there's anything down here that we need. Was there any pickups or something? Oh, there's a couple barrels down there. Alright, let's take a look. See what we get. A little bit of money. Oh, is that what we need to use the kit? But we could have just jumped over.
Where are you going, Leon?
To the other side, right? Or no? I'm just wondering if we could have skipped all that. Oh well, doesn't matter now. At least we got whatever money or whatever else they were carrying with them too. So that's nice. I want to say that little drop-off point went somewhere else. Yeah, no, look at that. Okay, I think the route that we were on is the way we need to go, but this little spot over here is something extra, maybe? Let's see. Okay.
Where are you going, Leon?
Shut up, I'm taking a look. I guess that's it, just some shotgun ammunition and a barrel, which may sometimes have something, but didn't this time. Still think there might be. Oh, there's still enemies here. I don't think I was gonna get a bigger grouping than that. Shit. I hit her again? Excuse me? I might need to relook at the footage on that. If I wasn't shooting past her, I was definitely shooting, like, through her. At least it gave us a checkpoint after the sisters, but that is annoying. I don't recall ever playing this game and having Ashley die by my own hand like that, unless it was a stray shot, like when she was getting kidnapped by somebody. Yeah, they're coming for us. Oh, I just noticed everybody was dying. Except for her, she was late to the party. recoup the shotgun shells at least, so that's good. No grenades, though. Oh, shut up. What are you gonna do about it? You and your one person. Plagas, I see. Okay, that was pretty rough. We died 3 times, although 2 of them were actually getting in the way, so... I'm gonna blame those on her. And I'm gonna say that we should get 2 deaths stricken from the record. Okay, actually, you know what? I think the treasure map would still be applicable in this area. We did miss something, but boy, that's... Where is that? It feels like it's a ways away. Oh, you know what? There is a room. I remember there being a room. There's a room around here somewhere, I think, that we could get into. I keep pressing tab when I want to look at that. There it is.
Wait.
Alright, well, got the grenade back. Or a grenade back. Oh shit.
Follow me.
What is I don't even remember this. Is this like a quick way out or what? Huh. I don't remember this in the slightest. I wonder if I never saw that before or what. Jeez, it's a long way down. Where even are we? It says a village, but this place isn't mapped. I don't remember this. It's a big old path. Is this a merchant shop? I do not remember this at all. Did I never see this, or is this something that was added to the HD project? What the hell is this? Cebuska? What's that? Who is that? I'm starting to think this may be part of the HD project. AMG estuvo aquí. Me arden los ojos. Entonces debí empezar. Debo ir a por ellas. Al fin libre? Oh, no, this has to be part of the HD project. Okay, look at this. These are all like the pictures. These are all the pictures that he took. This dude, working on the HD project. It's for the textures in the game. Because like I said before, this guy went out into the field and he took pictures of, I don't know if they were like museum artifacts in some cases, like it's looking here with like some of these chairs and like that shield and stuff. Some of them were just architecture that were in and around Spain, I think, or at least some places in Europe, but this guy had to do some traveling in order to get some of this done. But these are all the pictures. I remember seeing some of these early on in the development with this thing. So this is like his own little Yeah, I remember seeing him just standing next to some of this shit. So this is his own little Easter egg room, I guess. Just want to see if there's anything else. Something hidden, maybe. Very fascinating. I don't know. I think it's interesting. Anybody that's ever had any sort of appreciation for Resident Evil 4, or maybe just any game in general, can probably appreciate what the length that these guys went to. We got another room. 010472, birth date maybe? April 1st, 72. Tengo harina en los ojos, I don't know if it's a V, pulvo, por todas partes. Hay muros invisibles, no los puedo ver, pero están, los noto. I don't know what any of this shit means. I got a little bit of money. No, that's not a date. 010E79. Vea una luz a través de la pared. 100FE. Me ahogo. No tiene sentido. 010046. Rojo, amarillo. Muerte. Roto. Give us a little bit of gold, that's nice. I'm a little bit wary about this. What the hell's going on here? Is something gonna like come out and attack us? Oh, these are treasures. This is creepy. It's a little creepy. But I think this is sort of just an Easter egg developer room type deal. So probably nothing to be worried about in terms of if something's gonna kill us, but like big rooms like this do kind of naturally put me on edge. I do not know what any of this stuff is though. I did hear that I know there's a bit of DLC, if you want to call it that you can download from them too. I don't think it's part of the original. God, look at that. That's like it's like a Las Plagas monument or something. That's really weird. I wonder if this is shit that was in the game files that just didn't end up getting used in the actual game. Because what I was about to say was that I know that there was some stuff that you could download, such as additional costumes. I know for a fact that one of them was Ashley related. But you can download some stuff that was, latent in the game files, but wasn't actually used in the actual game. Because that's a pretty common thing that happens with a lot of video games. You ship out a game, and you find a lot of game files when you sort of dig into it, and all the files that are actually in the game stuff. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't end up getting used, but still is in the actual game disc or game file or whatever. And sometimes it could be models, sometimes it could be sounds, sometimes it could be like full-on dialogue or whatever the case may be. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe this isn't necessarily fully custom, but perhaps it was something that was intended to be used at one point and just got scrapped, or I don't know. That looks pretty damn freaky though. Very interesting. I'm gonna have to dig into their little blog posts and see what I can find out about any of this stuff. Again, as I said earlier, I was trying to see if I could get just like a quick rundown on everything that they incorporated into this HD project. But they didn't really just have like a quick synopsis or rundown on any of that stuff. It was mostly just silencer for the handgun, really. I don't even know how useful that would be. It's mostly just like release notes and some quick patch notes, and like I said, you could go back through their blog and see some other stuff, but yeah. El triángulo que llama a los objetos del infierno. No me atrevo a tocarlos. El mundo se cae a pedazos. No le entiendo. Pedazos grandes, pequeños. Pero puedo flotar en el vacío. I don't know why there's like a bunch of scraggly looking lines around that. Me persiguen. I guess this is just the layout of the rooms. So this is the last one. I guess maybe that was his intended way to go clockwise, which I think we ended up going. Well, that was fascinating. And now, back to the game. Well, maybe she should hurry her ass up. She didn't want to get left behind. We got a silencer for the handgun, which I don't remember being in the actual game. This might be something, one of those things that just did not make the final cut. But can I equip it into any gun? Any handgun? No? Okay. Very weird. Silencer compatible with 9mm handgun. Alright. Hopefully all the enemies are left defeated. We went all that way, I might as well take a look back here and see if I can find whatever treasure that was that we missed.
Where are you going, Leon?
Just move over a little bit and you'll see me. Is it in here?
Where are you going, Leon?
Can you not walk over this way?
Wait, follow me.
Dummy. Let's look over in the other direction. Okay, I don't... Was there something in there? There's nothing in there. So where is this treasure? Apparently I'm standing right near it. Maybe it's on the underside of this thing. I didn't have to kick the ladder down. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I don't think we can get underneath this thing either. So... I don't know. Oh well. I'm I'm sure it wasn't anything super important or something that we could make a lot of money off of. Oh shoot, you know what? I think if we want to do the El Gigante, we need to go back to the front. I don't think we can get at it from behind. Can I get over there at least? It won't open. I guess this is the only way out of this village. That looks like it's some sort of retinal scanner. We've seen that the big cheese has got a weird eyeball. Save room. Feels like it's been a while. Village's last defense. I clearly underestimated the American agent's capability. He's still alive. I thought we could wait until the egg hatched, but at this rate, he could destroy the whole village before it does. We must take care of this nuisance. We shall change our priorities for the time being. We will cease our hunt for Lewis and ambush the 2 Americans. There's a building used to enlighten betrayers just beyond the point where you get off the lift. It's a perfect place for ambushing them. If all else fails, they still would need to face me in order to get past the last gate that leads out of the village. For only before my sight will the gate open. Pick up whatever ammunition I can. Go take a look at the shop, and then I'll get back there and make a save. The door maybe looks like it might be open from this side. I don't know, unless it's barred from the other side. I guess that could be, because the other one was too.
Welcome. Got a selection of good. What are you selling?
Okay. Did I pick up any TMP ammo? Guess not, but we got a couple treasures from that weird room.
Is that all? Is that all? Thank you. Is that all?
I don't think these fit into anything. Yeah, that silencer would be nice. I think we're gonna get another gun after the Red 9, and that might be the final one. I forget what it's called, but maybe I'll just hang on to it until then.
Come back anytime.
I don't necessarily know what it would do because, well, I'm trying to think now. I think I've fired guns before and then it sort of triggers some distant enemies. So it could be a case where it actually would kind of help. Not just something for show. I guess it takes up inventory space regardless, one would think, so. Probably would want it to actually have some sort of function, right? Okay, I apologize in advance, but I'm gonna... If I see any enemies going back through this way, I'm gonna turn around. But I'm gonna go back to the entrance because I'm gonna do the El Gigante thing. Just so we could double up on our rewards. And besides, we got the weird little extra room going this way. What if there's another extra room? I don't know. I guess it didn't really take that long to get over here. Fighting the El Gigante is pretty straightforward, though. There's not really much to it, and it's fairly short. There might be a couple Ganados, just regular villagers, hanging out around the area, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as extensive as the path we just took. Although this might be a bad idea, just because we did end up using a lot of ammunition for the last El Gigante we fought, so...
Leon!
Oh, wow. Turned around real quick. I don't remember if there was another boulder. Shit. Oh, did I die? Shit. It looked like he was about to stab him, too. We'll give it another try. If this is too complicated, I guess I'll just reload the save. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, shit. Maybe one more try. Yeah, I waited a little too long on that one. I guess now's not the time to be ammo conscious. Oh, there is another boulder up there. Cool. I think the idea is just to, like, exit. Maybe? But you can kill him. I hate this prick. It's a little bit complicated with Ashley in tow, because he can grab her pretty damn fast. But there was like a lot of treasure and stuff back this way, which is sort of what I wanted to get, but we might end up losing all of it. It's pretty damn fast. I'm just gonna use that. At some point I'm gonna have to use a yellow herb on her, but Leon comes first. I don't really have that many options here. Oh, did she get? God damn it. You have to save Ashley before you can heal her. Shut up. Ah, she's dead. God damn it. Ugh, alright. I guess it's not worth it, since we already went the Ganado way. Yeah, it's a little bit of, yeah, that's fine. It's a little bit of a problem. Oh, if I really put my mind to it, I probably could do it. I feel like we were getting kind of close with him, but, I don't know. I kind of don't want to waste the time right now. Did you laugh at that?
I don't think it's funny.
Alright. Hey, Vale, what's up? Thank you for the raid. How's it going, everybody? Alquita, thank you. Welcome, how's it going? Thank you for the raid, I appreciate that. What were you playing, Vale? You were doing that game, I don't know what it is. It's a new one. But I was watching you play a little bit of it earlier. Unless you switched over to something else, but it looked interesting. Oh, we've had a blast getting my ass handed to me. And the biggest problem so far has been Ashley. I was like complimenting this game earlier. I was like, oh, Ashley's not that bad. Escort mission's not that bad. On professional mode, it's a little bit worse with her. She tends to die pretty quickly, and she gets in the way of your bullets seemingly a lot more often. So, yeah, that part's kind of been annoying, but we've been making some steady progress. It's not too bad, not too bad. You beat Madison way earlier than expected. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. I'm doing well, thank you. We're making some steady progress. I want to see if I can get to the castle, which I'm pretty sure I'd be able to. Because we only got, like, a couple more sections of this, and then... What the hell? And we got a boss fight. No, denied. Alright, and then after the boss fight, then we're pretty much golden. Get into that castle awful quick. Yeah, I knew that one was gonna get me. Couldn't do that twice in a row. As I told you, let her get eaten by a zombie. Bring a blow-up doll dressed as Ashley with you when you leave the island. No one will know the difference. No one would be able to tell. Although she'd be awfully quiet. I think people would probably figure it out then. God, these guys, they just keep getting me with this stupid little axe throw. Axe throwing champions over here. Never tried this on professional. Yeah, I figured I'd do something different. I streamed this game once already, and it was years ago. I think it was maybe 2016, 2017, something like that. And it was the HD version that comes on Steam, which doesn't look the greatest. So what I'm playing is the Resident Evil 4 HD project. So a couple of guys, if they don't live just kind of in the general Europe area, I believe they live somewhere in Spain, which is where a lot of this game gets its material from. But these guys went out onto the field, and we just saw a bonus room from them, which was highly interesting. It was very fascinating going through all that. But they went around Spain and other parts of Europe, I guess a couple museums, stuff like that. They took pictures, high-resolution pictures, of what was used for the original textures in Resident Evil 4. And so they were able to bump up the visuals and the textures, and I think they did a little bit of model reworking, and then there was some like missing sound files and stuff that didn't get carried over from the original release of this game to the HD release, so they restored that. Huge restoration project. Took them 7 years to do this. Finally got released early this year, like maybe somewhere around March or something like that, and I've been wanting to play it for a while, but I decided I'd just wait until October because I wasn't streaming much earlier this year. I already had stuff on my plate with the Tomb Raider and Star Wars games. So we had a lot going on. But now I finally get to play it, and it's been pretty cool so far. This game looks gorgeous, just with being in HD and everything. 4K, everything looks super crisp. It's not muddy like it was on those original HD releases. So far it seems like this is the modern, definitive way to play the game. Oops. God damn it, Ashley. I gotta leave her. I gotta leave her outside of these rooms. But anyway, yeah, no, the game has been pretty cool. Again, I mentioned this while I was talking about some of this stuff earlier, but I would like to see just kind of like a listing of everything that they've done outside of just like the super brief cliff notes. I mean, something fairly concise still, but I would like to get a rundown on what exactly was all changed.
Wait.
30th time's a charm, no kidding, huh? That works.
Follow me.
See, if I'd known somebody was throwing dynamite in there, I would have done that in the first place.
Un forastero!
Some kind of sacrificial chamber here. Better get moving, Ashley. I don't know what the hell you're doing just ducking there. I won't fire on you, I swear. Whatever. I think there's some treasure back here, but I don't know if there's anything else super important. Look at that. That looks great. I bet you that didn't look like that initially. Blood's still fresh. Is there some kind of ritual here? Probably. Super, super sharp looking. And we got a yellow cat's eye. Don't know if that goes into one of these things. Oh, yeah, it goes into the beer stein. Cool. Yeah, I mean, professional mode. And then on top of that, just the Las Plagas. It's a beefed up version of the Ganados, so they don't make it easy. Have you ever done any of the new game pluses or anything with this game, Vale? I know that with some of them, you can enable some of the special costumes, which I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking of trying to catch up to the point that I've left off on the stream at, and seeing if I could, because we've seen all the regular costumes already, but just to see what some of the other stuff is, because they reworked the textures and done a little model touch-up on all that stuff, too. Let me take a look at the shop before I save, actually, so it all gets saved into one concise little file in case I die here.
Welcome.
You have? Cool, cool. I think there's only the couple extra costumes, like Ashley's got the clubbing outwear, or whatever it is. I guess the clubbing technically was Resident Evil 5 with Sheva, huh? But she's got like the long pants and the all white. Leon's got the one with the Chicago typewriter. He's got like this big scarf, the fedora, and he's also got the RPD, and then another one with
What are
Ashley.
you
She's got
selling
like a full suit of armor.
Is that old strength? Thank you.
I mean, she can't get picked up. I don't know if that has any effect on her falling into Leon's arms, though. Seems like it might be a little bit rough.
What are you buying?
Yeah, I'll get some first aid spray. Kind of running a little low on health options here.
Thank
You haven't, but you should at some point. Yeah, no, it's kind of fun. You get
What are you
some additional
buying?
weapons and just stuff to look at. Just considering that I played this game already, I kind of wanted to do that just so that we'd have something a little bit different to look at. But at the same time, this is sort of like a brand new, fresh way to play this game, so I guess it doesn't matter too much if we're seeing the original outfits and costumes. The massive thud incoming when she drops 20 feet, like from the big bell tower. Leon died shortly after.
You better stay outside. Ashley, go hide.
Yeah.
Go find a dumpster to sit in. Rasputin-looking mofo. A big cheese. Maybe we can finally kick him. Oh, we could just do that, no? Drop it 20 feet, will she go straight to hell in our armor? Probably, but she'll be protected. Little rough, don't you think? Oh, shit. I'm looking at chat and everything. I didn't know that there was going to be QTEs. God damn it. Let's just love modern Resident Evil. I guess they were doing this as far back as Nemesis, though, so I shouldn't be complaining. My hand went to the mouse pretty damn quick. Would you laugh at that?
I don't think it's funny.
You and I carry both. Laughing at my misfortunes. Is it going to be double mouse or is it going to be AD? Oh, it's AD. I had them both queued up.
Hasta luego.
Oh, Leon. Your quips. This wasn't my first Resident Evil that I ever played, but this is the first one that I had beaten and played kind of solo. I remember this guy like freaking me out. So what? You did that once in an underground section where the pillars drop and he was chatting away and then just bam. Yeah, exactly. Comes when you least expect it. To be honest, unless any of us knew this game, you know, like the back of our hand, by heart and everything, would we even know where the QTs were going to strike? I had no idea that was going to happen. Shit. Okay, obviously things not working my way. There's a big splash effect. Let's get up here real quick. See if I can make a quick reload. Give us a handful of items, which is nice. No, not that. Ah, off come the legs. Okay. Careful here, because he's a lot quicker now. Might just be better to stick out down here. I hear him skittering around up there. What's the matter, buddy? Looks like you don't got a leg to stand on. Oh, shit. Oh boy, let me see. That didn't work. Oh no, it did. don't think I have time to reload that. Ooh, nice. And there it goes. Free eyeball. Yeah. Even the video games don't like my quips. You got the false eye. Looks like the Neversoft eyeball. It's got like 3,000 or no, it must have been 30,000. 30,000 pitas. Let me go collect whatever else I missed up here. They had some stuff like tucked away. Oh, look at that. Even a yellow herb. Very nice. Green herb, shotgun shells. Gasoline, eh? What kind of comments that? Alright. Yes, I understand that it's explosive, but it seems a little too quippy and sarcastic for the moment at hand. What's this guy looking like? Since this is the HD project, we have to investigate everything. I want to get a good look at this bastard. Hey, wait a second. He's still got an eyeball. What kind of shit is that? Did it just grow back in because of the Las Plagas, or what? He looks kind of scared, though. His last moments were not very happy. That's some pretty sharp texture work, though. Look at that. He's got the veins popping out and everything. Got the legs over there. Alright. Wait, where's that hole?
Are you okay, Leon?
Yeah, I've been better. Thanks for asking, though. Alright. Now we have to go back up to the double doors.
Welcome. Got a
Suppose you got any new inventory since I've been fighting that guy.
Is that all, stranger? Is that Thank you.
Just get the TMP ammo out of my inventory so it's not taking up any additional space. But
What are you buying?
I think that's about it.
What are you buying?
Apparently nothing. You're not really selling
Come
anything.
back anytime.
Okay. Let's get back on the gondola and head back around. Maybe there won't be as many people this time around, huh? Did I hear something? Did somebody shout something? Controls for the lift. Better not mess with them. I beg to differ. Maybe I could get it to move faster. Who knows? Oh, hey. Just a quick trip back. That's nice. I probably should have checked down there, but was there any treasures? I think we got everything. Won't open. Only way out of the village. There's got some thing in there. Cool. Did you put that back in your pocket, Leon? Are you gonna keep it with you? A little memento. Alright. This might get a little hectic here. So one shell in there. Okay. I think we're ready. A little late on that, don't you think? Well, since he's coming all this way to meet up with me, I hate to disappoint him. European drivers. Oh shit! Oh god.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's not the way we go.
On the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
I don't remember that mass of people coming after you.
You take that one.
Okay.
There was something to investigate in the truck too. I don't know what it was. Oh, will somebody make the jump? Somebody try to make the jump. Damn it. Hey, don't you say that word.
Come on.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see someone like try to make the jump and then utterly fail. Oh man. Alright, well that round was a little bit rough. Did that count the whole like Ganados path? I think it did. Again, too stricken from the record because Ashley can't move her ass out of the way when you're trying to shoot something. Or knife, as the case may be. So I'm blaming her for 2 of those deaths. No point in turning back now. Alright, now we get into the castle. Somewhat of a... I would almost call it a drastic change of pace. But this game goes through a number of different phases. It almost feels like an individual game for each section that you get into. But we start with the village, and then we get over into this castle area here. Which, to me, I guess it kind of feels a little bit closer to maybe the original Resident Evil games. Possibly, than just like the weird Spanish European village. I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing, but I kind of feel like a lot of the weird traps and puzzles and stuff that's in the castle is a little bit more reminiscent of the original games.
Welcome.
Okay, now I think we get a new gun, though.
Things on sale, What are you buying?
Sure you do. Okay, so we got an attaché case, we got a treasure map for the castle, and we got the blacktail. Okay, so this is the other gun. I think this is the final gun, maybe? Not, you know, not overall gun, but as far as the handguns go. Oh, and we get the broken butterfly, which is our magnum gun. Oh, we just get new everything. Okay, cool. So there's a semi-automatic rifle, there's a riot gun. The mine thrower. The mine thrower is really, really good. Shit. Oh, I got so many options now. Okay, well, it looks like we got some spending to do. I don't know if the mine thrower is going to be handy, like, right off the bat. I might be able to get by with just, like, not taking that.
Thank you.
I'm going to get the attaché case. Let's look at the treasure map
What
of
are
the
you
castle.
selling?
Oh, God, I don't know what I want to do. I think I'm going to have to sell all the guns that I got right now.
Is that all, stranger? Thank you.
Might be a bad idea.
What are you buying? Is that all? Thank you.
Okay, so I definitely want a shotgun. I don't know that I need a rifle right this second.
Is that all?
God damn it, how do I... Oh, it's the page up and down keys. Sweet. It's about to get really mad. Finally, I find it. Okay, so... Anyway. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to need the rifle right this second. I don't know that I even need the mine thrower, but I kind of want to have the mine thrower. Just because of how handy it comes a little bit later on.
Not only will you need cash, but you'll need guts to buy that weapon.
I got guts. Got cash too. Don't you doubt me, son.
Thank you.
I think the rifle is like extra large too.
Is
Let me
that
just...
all, stranger?
Oh, shit, maybe I shouldn't.
What are you buying?
Let's do some upgrades first, and then we'll see. I don't know if it's going to be that great of an idea.
Thank you.
Ooh, it's got...
Thank you.
Actually, I shouldn't have done that. It's got, like, pretty dang good capacity right off the bat. It's more than what I've had so far. Not concerned about reload speed or any of that right this second.
Thank you. Thank you. What are you buying?
All right, we got 30,000 left. How much is the rifle? Oh, I can't afford it. No.
Come back.
That's what I thought.
anytime.
All right. Well, we still got pretty geared up. I'm not going to worry about the Magnum right now. That's not going to really come in handy until we get to some of these really not so fun enemies. But the mine thrower should help us out with any particular issues that might crop up for the here and now. Especially since we're going to encounter some beefed up versions of the Las Plagas hosts. We've been just fighting villagers and the Ganados and all that. It gets a little bit worse from here on out. First time I entered this area, I was so freaked out. Wasn't really huge into horror games when I... Probably, like, up until my mid-teens or anything like that. Just didn't play that many of them. So, it was always freaky getting into some of this stuff. Don't have a rifle to use. But they fall just the same. They take a few more hits than the regular Ganados, though. Might have to pump 2 shots into him before I start knifing him. Gonna have to find a good meta for it, though, just so I'm not, like, burning through my ammunition. Obviously, if they have a Las Plagas head burst or something like that, we don't have much of a choice, but up until that point. Whoa, shit. Now, you notice that in the little cutscene there, they do have these flaming barrels next to them, so it's my assumption that we'll be able to fire on those at some point, but I think we need to get a good vantage point.
Wait.
Maybe you should wait here.
Follow me.
I don't know where these guys are. Are they up on the top here? I hear them, I just can't see them. Looks like this still works. Gotta be a mechanism somewhere to pull this thing up. Okay, so I think we need to go to the top. And there's going to be the device. I don't think we can bring it up from down here. That will help us sort of eliminate those trebuchets or whatever they are. Someone got hit. Someone got wrecked by their own weaponry.
Wait.
Wait down there. Okay, well that's one. This guy's immune to headshots. Yellow herb, I'll take that, thank you. Ashley, you're gonna have to make an attempt here. Oh, coming in through the window, I see. Well, that works too. Oh, there's a barrel up there. Hold on. Well, I got one of them. Come to think of it, I don't think we need the cannon to get rid of the trebuchets at all. I think that's to blast the doors down, considering that they didn't seem to have a lock or anything that we could interact with. I'm just gonna look around here. Okay, yeah, there is a little piece of treasure. Where is that? Ah. So obvious. Got the gold bangle. That one's still operational. That one is not. But shit. I don't see the barrel on this one. Might be able to just hit that guy. This mine thrower, I think, goes pretty far. Hold up. The only thing about it is the fire is a little bit slow. Takes a while for the bullet to get over there. I can't get a good angle out of this window. Oh, hey, there's people over there, too. Shit. That one's easy. This has actually got a barrel. Yeah, I kind of regret not getting the rifle now, or keeping the rifle. Oh, very cool. What the hell was that? The laser sight was clearly marked on the guy, but it just stuck to the window. And then not only that, it blew up in my face when the boulder hit. So that was cool. Oh, can I not combine two greens with the yellow? No? Okay, shit. Learn something new every day. There we go. Sweet. Alright, that should take care of it. Very, very powerful weapon. It shoots directly straight. If it doesn't blow up on contact when it hits an enemy, what it will do is, it's a mine, obviously. It's a mine thrower. So, you know, it'll stick there until something walks over it. So it's very handy if you can lead enemies over it, or if you want to even, like, shoot behind an enemy. Sometimes that's possible. There's a handful of different enemies where it comes in handy with them. No use for this anymore, huh? You could always use a cannon. Come on, Leon. I was wondering if I could shoot these boxes.
Follow me.
Oh. Oh, you do.
Welcome. Got some rare things on sale. What are you buying?
Okay, we got some new upgrades available for the riot gun. Increased firepower. Ooh. I don't know if I want to do that just yet. I don't remember what the firepower was in the previous shotgun. It's at a 4 by default, so I'm thinking we probably got it up to a 5. So 5.5, it's actually probably around what we were already doing, if not a little bit better. So I think I'm fine with it, what it is right now. But,
Come.
the other thing is, I don't know if I want to get the rifle, just given the amount of space that I probably have here. Also, let me look at this thing. Handcrafted gold bangle with a beautiful decoration carved around it. Okay, but it is not something that looks like it's got divots or facets.
What are you selling?
As handy as the mine thrower is, there is just not
Is that all?
a lot of ammo for it right now.
Thank you.
And I don't know that we're going to be building up
Is that all?
a good reserve on it.
Is that all? Thank you. What are you buying?
So, since I already got some
Is
rifle
that all?
ammunition, I think I'm just going to get this. Takes up 2 slots, but I think it's a little bit shorter, maybe? Maybe not, I don't know. It's a little over half the case with all this shit, but I guess that's fine. At least with the large attaché case, it frees up some space for us.
Thank you.
God, and then if I ever feel like getting a broken butterfly at any
What are
point,
you
that's going to be
buying?
another setback. Capacity, reload speed. It's got to reload a lot faster than the previous one, right? I think the reload speed on the other one was like 3 seconds or something like that. Something ridiculous, but I'm going to go ahead and
Thank
upgrade it.
you.
It's relatively cheap. Alright, let's see what happens.
Leon, where's your current location?
We decided to lay low in a castle, but it looks like it was a bad move.
Meaning,
Well, it appears that this castle's also connected with the Los Illuminados. They must not get many visitors here, because they're giving me one hell of a welcome.
sounds bad. I have an idea, Leon. I need you to...
What? Repeat, Hunnigan. Great. Just my luck.
Oh boy, we're going to get to talk to the Deep Throat. Now, here's where it's going to start getting interesting. A lot of those textures and stuff that they took pictures of, I would assume, would be reflected in the castle here pretty well. Platinum sword. Why not? Let's take it. But we'll get to see all the artwork, all the weird things that are lying around. There's an old book here. It's so weathered, it's illegible. There we go. I had trouble with that word last time, too. Oh, shit. Isn't there a, No time for that now. I thought there was, like, a lamp or something. Up a little bit too close. That's not good. Oh, he's got the grabber one. Stand back, Ashley. This thing is still not dead. Jesus. Well, at least we got some money back. Yeah, those grabbers are bad news. I think if they get up to you, especially on professional mode, I can only imagine, but decapitate you if you get within their range. Look at the colors on that. I don't remember that looking like that. Beautiful. Huh. That looks weird. Empty bookshelf there. Anyway, was that right? Was there something we could shoot down? I guess not. That's disappointing. I thought there was like a candle or one of those like things with all the flames. Oh wait, the golden circle's what we took out. Got that in there. There we go. Hidden door unlocked. Kind of hesitant about using the full heal, but honestly, the way these people hit, probably gonna end up dying if I get hit again. So might as well play it safe.
Leon,
Louis.
I've got something for you guys. What? Oh, shit! I must have dropped it when I was running away from them.
Dropped what?
A drug that'll stop your convulsions. Look, I know you're carriers. You've been coughing up blood, right?
Yeah.
And you.
Yes.
Damn it! The eggs have hatched. We don't have much time.
What are you talking about?
I have to go back and get it.
Let me come with you.
No, you stay here with Leon. He's better with the ladies, I'm sure.
Thanks, Ashley.
Why are you...
It
Jump
makes me
ship
feel
immediately.
better. Let's just leave it at that.
He did say he was running away from some people too. I can't imagine that it would have been a pleasant situation. Don't you think you're going anywhere? Oh shit. Saw that barrel there, but I don't think we would have had a good opportunity to use it. Yes, I know. Don't get much closer than that. God damn, every single one of you. Let's hope this guy dies. Okay, cool. Sweet. Him and that one other guy, the one that already came out bald without the hood on. Hey. The only two that didn't have the thing pop out of their head. Whoa, jeez, whoa! I was hoping he'd fall down and then maybe I can knife him while he's on on the ground floor here, but... Oh, shit. Okay, these guys, this is where the mine thrower comes in handy. There is that explosive barrel too. I guess I'll use that instead of wasting my mines.
No dejas que escape de la isla viva.
I remember specifically there's another part once you get into the more interior parts of the castle where there's like 3 of them coming up on you on a small line there. You could just plant a mine dart right at their feet. They'll walk right over it, and I think it pretty much kills all of them, at least on regular difficulties. I don't know about professional mode, but I would imagine it still has a desirable effect. I'm not nearsighted, I swear. But the castle gate key. Okay. Oh shit. There was a big door. I need to come back in here. Shit. I didn't kill her, did I? Oh, but they killed her. Oh, no. I know she still had a health bar, so I'm like, oh, thank God. But that's not their prerogative. That's not their mission, is to kill her. They failed their boss, Sadler. What are they doing? A little rough, don't you think? Okay, so this is the big castle gate. Yeah, that's locked, so that's what we need the key for. I'm tempted just to have her, like, sit out here. Wait. Because I don't know that there's going to be anybody that actually comes up that far. Went back a little far. Evening, gents. Let me see if I can knock this guy down on his feet. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is sometimes if you move on too far from her, she automatically gets taken, even if there's no enemies in the area. So wait. Sounds like we still got someone lingering around out here. Guy thinks he's slick trying to dodge that. I need to slam the door open, jeez.
Wait.
Oh, there's a guy up top, too. Let's see if I can get them both with the barrel here. Oh, shit. I don't know how well it's going to go over with Ashley. Oh, they're killing her again. Man, that's weird. I don't remember them going, like, after her nearly as much as they have been. Because, I mean, even if you think of it from just a pure game perspective, you know, in terms of the story, that didn't work. They want to recapture her. They don't want to kill her. Oh boy, okay. Trying to save all those for myself, all the yellow herbs, but I guess it doesn't hurt to give Ashley a little bit of something. You know what I haven't done yet? Still haven't. Oh, we can't combine it, really? And what the hell am I hanging on to it for? Do I have to turn it? Would that make you happy, game? Weird. Maybe I should just sell the damn thing then. Get my 2 slots back. Oh. He actually dropped some money. That's cool. Alright, I guess we're going in guns blazing. Let me try to pick up the items first. That might have been actually just the one plant.
Wait.
Okay, those 2 got hit with the barrel. Get all 3 with this shot. Oh shit. Oh wait, he's still alive? What? Oh, okay, that was weird. We blasted the grabber off of him, but then he just got up and took off running again. I don't remember seeing that ever. Weird shit going on here in the castle. Use the castle gate key. Alright, finally, we're in the interior. Look at all the textures and all their glory. Oh my god, it's a munchkin.
Starting to wonder when you might notice us.
Who are you?
Me llamo Ramon Salazar, the 8th Castellan of this magnificent architecture. I have been honored with the prodigious power from the great Lord Sadler. I've been expecting you, my brethrens.
No thanks, bro.
My, we've got a feisty one. If you care for your own well-being, I suggest you surrender yourself and simply become our hostage. Or Mr. Scott, you can give us the girl because you're not worth a penny, I'm afraid. You can die.
I'm never turning into one of them. Never.
Got that right. We'll find a cure.
Oh. Oh, I remember that line now that I've heard it, but the inflection. It's like a, you go, girl. It's weird. Weird way to deliver that line, Leon. You got that right. We'll find a cure. Uh-oh. Something blocking our way here. I think this is where we get the shooting gallery first time around now, too, yeah. Won't budge. Gotta be locked from the other side. Oh, wait, maybe that's not what I'm thinking of. No, it looks like the shooting gallery door, but the shooting gallery door has got 2 guns on it. It's somewhere around here. Oh, purple gem. Is that the last one? No, I think we need one more. Yeah, shit. Alright. 2 gems. Man, to think that all the way into the castle, we still haven't done it yet. Beautiful decoration, but something's missing. Appears to be some sort of chimera beast. Okay, I don't think I'm missing anything here. Oh. Yeah, that guy's a pain. Oh. Pays to investigate. Oh, hey, here's one of those chairs. We saw this in the photograph in the little extra area. I guess the developer room. Okay, horses breathing fire. Capture Luis Serra. I have confirmation that Serra has entered the castle. Why would he return during his escape leaves me to question his motives, but we must seize the moment and capture him. We will get the other 2 Americans after we apprehend Serra. It appears he took some vaccines when he stole our sample. Look at that vaccine, it looks a little weird. I guess those are just the markings that would be on the vial. Vaccines we can do without, but we must retrieve the sample, for it is our lifeblood. I feel there's somebody else or some other group involved in this whole affair. If the sample were to get into the hands of that other entity, the world which we seek to create will not come. We must apprehend Serra as quickly as possible. I've been talking about this third party involved here, which obviously isn't Leon. Got the prison key. Great. Can't wait. Got all of jack shit for healing items, so sure this will be fun. Yeah, we got some mine darts, I guess it's alright. What a sturdy door, a prison perhaps? Perhaps. Okay, so one of the worst enemies in Resident Evil 4 are these guys. Guess he didn't mind that. Okay. Oh. They got one weakness and it's on their back. Can't move around too much either, otherwise they're gonna hear you. I think if you start sprinting, they're gonna start swinging at you. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. I guess you could consider it sort of a mini boss or a mid boss or something like that. But they've got their eyes sewn shut, so they can't see, but they could hear. Basically, just want to use high power weapons on that one weak spot on their back. Fortunately, during your first encounter with them, you do get these little bells here, so... But yeah, as long as... Well, shit. As long as you're walking around, for the most part, they won't be able to hear you. But that's obviously not foolproof. Turns right. Turns on a dime. Okay. Not fun, not fun. There's a few times you have to fight them, a couple different occasions. Each obviously going to be worse than this one. This one you get the 2 free bells. I think the next time you get some bells, you have to use them between 2 of those guys that you're fighting at the same time. And then, on another occasion, you're locked in a very, very small room with one.
Allí están.
Ahí está. Where are you going? Thanks. Nice shot. It, when you're playing on PC especially, and you have full control over the mouse, it's a little easier than it probably would be with a controller, but still, you gotta get them tight shots in there. And remain calm. I think that's the biggest thing. Definitely don't want to freak out with those guys. There we go. Finally. Took 7 shots, but we got the dynamite. Just the one on the left there? Oh, there's a suplex. Nice. I don't know what instigated that. Like what particular position he had to be in, but that was like a reverse German suplex. Very painful looking. Like my leg shot and stab approach, make him a cripple and cut him. It is the best way to do it. No doubt about that. Especially if you're looking to conserve ammo. Yeah, you're gonna want to do something along those lines. Can't get in there. I shot one of those bolts as it was flying, but already passed me. Let me see here what Squall said. It's a little tense to be looking up and down at chat. The Ganador, which was roughly translated to the Claw. Okay, so that's the name of the guy with the eyes sewn shut. Lieutenant Dan. Let's get in here, maybe. This might be a little bit better. Oh, you got time to be cutting and strutting here. If he got me once, he could probably get me again. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. I don't know what happened there. I think it almost got me. Like it almost like ate my head off. But I got shot by the bolt, and that negated that damage. Where are you going, man? Where are you going? We have our own business to conduct here. Come on. Oh, shit. What is this fool turns a corner on me, too? Oh, give that guy a suplex. I don't have time to be screwing around with this. Attention to my ammo here. Oh, I'm using a lot of ammo. Still people coming after me. Move, Ashley. I've got time for that. Uh-oh. I don't know where that guy went off to. I figured as much. Shit, I am freaking out right now. Nice little clip there, thank you. Now, this place is nuts. I don't remember it being nearly as bad. Just on the regular game mode, too. People, like, launching out of doors and shit, and, you know, incoming waves of secondary enemies. You got all these people coming after you. Kidding me. Ooh, I bet this is gonna take a long time to reload. Ugh. Nope. I don't want to put you in that position where you're going to be ducking for stuff. Clearly, it hasn't been working out too well with that. Oh, what? Hey, wait a second. The guy in the red is still alive? Son of a bitch. Alright, now he's dead. Oh my god. Okay, I think... Whoa. Ashley freaked me out there for a second. She like whipped around the corner there. I think we finally got rid of everybody that's on the ground floor, so now we just have to take care of all these people that are like up top trying to shoot the bolts at us, but jeez. These guys don't let up. I hear somebody, but I think he's above me. Still got creepy music going on. I just don't know where these people are. Okay. lot of ammo, burned through all my health items practically. These pots and stuff better have some goodies for me. That's a little better. I'm slightly appeased.
Follow me.
It's not over yet.
Wait. Follow me.
Bet you there's gonna be some assholes trying to burst in here. Oh, hello there. Yeah. I was expecting you, but I was kind of hoping you wouldn't come. No, you can't come in here. Alright, I appreciate it, Hakiri. Thank you for lurking and just hanging out and everything. Always good to have you here. And I will catch you later, if not on one of your streams, maybe you pop in here. It's getting late though. I did not anticipate this going quite as long because I just didn't know that we'd be doing all this. What the hell? Where'd you come from? Oh shit. Equip that so I could reload it while I have the time. Just in case somebody else... Oh yeah. Like this asshole. I guess it's just these enemy types. These guys are the ones that get suplexed to death. God, there's no end to them. Oh, don't look at them. What the hell's this for? I guess there's only one way to find out. Who will operate? Ashley, do it. Oh. Well, I wonder if I could do that faster. Oh, maybe not. Oh, shit. What? Dude! Did he try to throw that? Good lord. Guess I can't shoot you in the head, huh? Oh shit. It's not reloaded all the way. Vaporized. Yeah, cry for Sadler. See what good that does you. Oh, we're not done yet. We are not done yet. There's still like a whole other level to this. I do not remember this being this, like, intense or extensive, intrusive. I do remember this part, though, because I think we have to get Ashley up there, and she has to, like, work the crank again. Oh, good. First aid spray. I think, as far as the ground level, though, we're kind of in the clear, maybe? Not seeing anybody else. Oh, did I just miss that? Oh, shit. I was like, I saw something glowing when I was up there. I went down to go grab it. Missed the prompt by a split second, and then I think it disappeared. Cool. Let me try to get these,
Look, there's a crank over there.
Yeah, I know, I saw it. Okay. So before I get you up there, just reload. Okay, don't do anything with that. For some reason the animations on the reload for the... I don't think it was even with the other rifle, but this one, this semi-automatic, it's like really janky. I don't know what's up with that. This game should be called Resident Evil ES. I'm sure that the ES is for España, Spanish name for Spain, but it's really escort. It's all about the escort mission. I was gonna say, once we get into the castle, fortunately, she doesn't stick around for too long, but boy, she's been...
Watch out for me.
Yeah, okay, just do it. Let's go. Vámonos. But yeah, she's sticking around a little bit longer than is to my satisfaction. Oh, and I died. Well, how far is that going to put me back? Okay, just to here, that's not terrible. Okay. See how it looks like really slow? It's like chopped, like it's missing some frames. It's kind of weird. I guess maybe that just might be an animation that they always intended to keep at 30 FPS.
Watch out for me.
Okay, I think I remember the best strategy just being like up here, maybe. Alright, we got the first one. That was close. And that guy was bolting for her, though. Ashley, come on. Yeah, are you here? Come on. Girl knows when to duck now. Alright, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything we can get back there. Jesus. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is about where we get separated from her, I believe. That was pretty damn rough. I don't want to have to do that again. Here I'm thinking, oh yeah, maybe I could just catch up to where we left off. Ugh. Merchant just chilling here.
Welcome. Got some rare things on sale. What are you buying? What are you
He does have
buying?
first aid spray. Let me get that. Just because I'm running
that
pretty low. I didn't think we'd be able to buy one since I already had one in my inventory, but
Thank you.
I guess
What
maybe
are
it's
you
just based
selling?
on its placements in the game, like certain stations. If you buy it once already,
Is
you're
that
not going to
all?
have it again.
Is that all?
I don't know.
Thank you. What are
Oh
you
yeah,
selling?
I guess let me get rid of the silencer. Would be cool to have, but I think it's only for the,
Thank you.
I guess it
What
must
are
just
you
be for the original
buying?
gun. Which is really weird, but, you know, whatever. Okay, we can up the power, the capacity, both of which I'm not terribly keen on doing. Power, reload speed.
Is that all, stranger? Thank you. Is that all? Come
Enough
back
for me for right now.
anytime.
I got a decent amount of money, but I don't know. Hold up, let me see what this is.
You alright?
I'm fine! Leave me alone!
Ashley, wait!
You're getting so bitchy all of a sudden. There's a very specific placement on these bars. Look at this. Scooby-Doo tiered trap.
Ashley!
What's going on?
Don't worry, Ashley. I'm coming for you.
Alright. Well, that chapter was a pain in the ass. That's 6 hours into this game, too. Ugh.
Hunnigan, what happened? The transmission got cut off. Salazar, how'd you...
We've jacked the line. We didn't want you telling everyone any unnecessary information.
Where's Ashley?
Ah, so she fell into one of our wonderful traps. We'll make sure we find her. Don't you worry about her. Oh yes, I let our miserable insects out for some exercise down in the sewer.
Thanks. That should keep me company, 'cause boredom kills me.
I look forward to our next encounter. In another life.
Everybody's got a goddamn one-liner. Oh, man. Well, I think that'll do for us. That was a little bit hectic for most of that stream, I gotta say. But still, enjoyable. But yeah, I gotta get used to this professional mode. It's pretty intense. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm glad I was able to meet my goal and get to the castle. So, that's always nice. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Squall. Thank you, Vale. And especially Vale, thank you for the raid. I do appreciate that. And yeah, I will. I don't know. Since I wasn't able to stream any time earlier this week, I might even come back tomorrow. I don't usually stream on Thursdays, but I do want to get some more time in early on in the week. So we got just some more room for horror games this month, because there's some other stuff I would like to stream as well. But this is a long one, so, you have to give it its due. But 3.5 hours, pretty good for a stream for me. I don't usually go that long. So I'm glad we were able to get through some of this. But yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it as always. It's kind of late. I'm not seeing anybody on my raid list currently that's streaming. So I think we're just going to call it a night here. But thank you for everybody that was lurking, sticking around, all that stuff too. Appreciate all you guys. But anyway, have a good night. I might catch you guys tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then definitely on Friday. I want to try and get as much time into these as I can. So we'll see you guys later. Until then, have a good night. See you next time.